Jack the Ripper is one of history's most notorious unidentified serial killers. His brutal murders in Whitechapel, London, in 1888 continue to fascinate and terrify people worldwide. Despite countless investigations, theories, and speculations, his true identity remains a mystery. This article delves into the real story of Jack the Ripper, covering the historical background, victims, suspects, and lasting impact of the case. During the late 19th century, Whitechapel was one of London's most impoverished and crime-ridden districts. It was overcrowded, with thousands of people living in squalid conditions. Unemployment, homelessness, and alcoholism were rampant, and many women resorted to prostitution to survive. The streets were dangerous, filled with thieves, gangs, and drunken brawls. The lack of proper policing and forensic science made the area a haven for crime. The streets were dimly lit, and the foggy weather often obscured vision, making it an ideal setting for a serial killer to operate without being caught. Jack the Ripper is credited with at least 5 murders, known as the Canonical Five. While there were other murders in Whitechapel around the same time, these 5 victims are most commonly attributed to the Ripper due to the similarities in the method of killing. Mary Ann Polly Nichols, August 31, 1888. Found murdered on Bucks Row, now Durwood Street. Throat slashed twice, abdomen mutilated. No signs of robbery or sexual assault. Annie Chapman, September 8, 1888. Murdered at 29 Hanbury Street. Throat cut, abdomen slashed open. Uterus removed, suggesting medical knowledge. Elizabeth Stride, September 30th, 1888. Killed in Dutfield's Yard. Only her throat was cut, leading some to believe the killer was interrupted. Catherine Eddowes, September 30th, 1888. Same night as Stride. Murdered in Mitre Square, City of London. Throat cut, face mutilated, kidney removed. Graffiti near the crime scene suggested anti-Semitic tensions. Mary Jane Kelly, November 9, 1888. Found in her lodging at 13 Miller's Court. The most brutal murder. Completely disfigured. Internal organs removed. Murder committed indoors, indicating a change in the killer's method. During the investigation, several letters were sent to the police and newspapers, allegedly from the killer. The most famous include Dear Boss, letter, September 25, 1888. First mention of the name Jack the Ripper. Describe details of the murders. Saucy Jackie postcard, October 1, 1888. Reference the double murder of Stride and Eddowes. From Hell. Letter, October 16, 1888. Sent along with a piece of a human kidney, allegedly from Eddowes. Some believe these letters were hoaxes, while others think they came from the real killer. The police were overwhelmed by the Ripper case. The Metropolitan Police and the City of London Police handled the investigation, but often clashed. They conducted interviews, questioned thousands of suspects, and increased patrols. Challenges faced by the police. Lack of forensic science. Fingerprinting was not yet used. Poor communication. Different police forces didn't always share information. Public pressure. Newspapers sensationalized the murders, leading to false leads. Some believed the killer was Jewish, increasing racial unrest. The case went unsolved, and by early 1889, the killing stopped. Over the years, many suspects have been proposed, but none have been definitively proven to be Jack the Ripper. Montague John Druitt, a barrister and teacher who committed suicide in December 1888. Some believe he fit the profile of an educated man with medical knowledge. Aaron Kosminski, a Polish-Jewish barber living in Whitechapel, identified by a witness but never convicted. DNA evidence from a shawl allegedly linked him to the case, but the results remain controversial. Sir William Gull, a physician to Queen Victoria, implicated in conspiracy theories. Some believe the murders were part of a Freemason cover-up. Thomas Cutbush, a mentally ill man who was institutionalized around the same time the murders stopped. Jill the Ripper theory. Some believe the killer could have been a woman, possibly a midwife or a deranged female surgeon. Despite extensive research, none of these theories have been proven beyond doubt. Why was Jack the Ripper never caught? Several factors contributed to the failure to catch the Ripper. Limited forensic science. Blood analysis and DNA testing were non-existent. Overwhelmed police force. The police had too many suspects and false leads. Media frenzy. Sensationalized reports led to misinformation. Clever killer? The Ripper may have been careful or simply lucky in avoiding capture. The mystery of Jack the Ripper has had a lasting impact on crime history, literature, and popular culture. Influence on forensic science. The case highlighted the need for better investigative methods. Inspiration for movies and books. Films like From Hell and numerous novels explore the mystery. Tourism in Whitechapel. The Ripper's story has led to guided tours and museums dedicated to the case. His crimes changed how society viewed serial killers and police investigations. Jack the Ripper's real identity remains unknown, but his horrific crimes continue to fascinate criminologists, historians, and the general public. His murders exposed the harsh realities of Victorian London, particularly the mistreatment of women and the failures of law enforcement. Over 130 years later, his legacy endures, making him one of the most infamous serial killers in history. Whether he was a doctor, a butcher, or a madman, his name still haunts Whitechapel's dark alleys, a chilling reminder of the case that was never solved.